Welcome to our virtual Parent University on NJSLA Readiness Resources. My name is Christine Broski. I'm the Supervisor of Educational Initiatives in the district, and today I'm going to be providing you with a brief overview of the NJSLA. So what is the NJSLA? The New Jersey Student Learning Assessments are statewide assessments that assess students' progress toward the New Jersey Student Learning Standards in English Language Arts, Mathematics, and Science. The New Jersey Student Learning Standards are K-12 standards that are aligned with college and career readiness. Who takes the NJSLA? Students in grades 3 through 9 take the ELA NJSLA. Students in grades 3 through 9 take the Math NJSLA. And students in grades 5, 8, and 11 take the NJSLA in Science. Just keep in mind that as students progress through their math courses, that the Math NJSLA becomes course specific. So Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2, depending on the course that students are taking. These tests are typically administered in the spring, and specific dates are always communicated by the building principals. The assessment itself is administered in a computer-based format. Students have to demonstrate their acquired skills and knowledge by answering selected response items, constructed response items, and technology-enhanced questions. Questions may include, but are not limited to, traditional multiple choice, drag and drops, more than one response per question, sequencing, tiered questions, short and extended responses, and essays. The English Language Arts assessments focus on analyzing and responding to text. Typically, 2 essays are expected. The mathematics assessments focus on applying skills and concepts and understanding multi-step problems that require abstract reasoning and model real-world problems, precision, perseverance, and the strategic use of tools. Science assessments focus on applying scientific concepts and practices within the domains of earth and space, life, and physical science. Types of tasks that students may encounter on the NJSLA varies based on subject and grade level. So the following are just types of tasks that, again, students could possibly encounter on the NJSLA. In English Language Arts, the readings rely on analyzing complex texts, both fiction and informational, and using text evidence. One of the tasks they may encounter is called a narrative task, where students have to respond to a narrative text. So as part of this narrative task, and as part of any of the ELA tasks, students would most likely be given an essay prompt, and they'd also be given several different types of questions, as discussed earlier in this presentation. So it could be traditional multiple choice, drag and drop, sequencing, and so on. But you'll see a sample narrative task prompt below, which is taken from a 6th grade practice test. Another type of task is called a literary analysis task, which is when students have to synthesize ideas from 2 literary texts. And again, this is an example from a 6th grade practice test. Another type of ELA task is something called a research simulation task, which is the synthesis of ideas from 3 informational sources. And these are often focused on science and social studies. So this is a sample of a research simulation task essay question from the 6th grade practice test. In mathematics, there's also 3 different task types. So there's tasks that assess concepts, skills, and procedures, tasks that assess expressing mathematical reasoning, and tasks that assess modeling and applications. In science, you'll see that the questions are based on investigating, sense-making, and critiquing, all rooted, once again, in the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. Testing times vary based on subject and grade level. So here you'll see the testing time for students in grades 3 through 5 for math and language arts and science. You'll also see that the number of units varies as well. Here you could find the testing time for students in grades 6 through 8. And these are the testing times for our high school students. So how can I best prepare my child for these assessments? One of the things that you can do is review the resources available online, including practice tests and tutorials. And all of those links can be found in the resource section of this presentation. Encourage your child to get a good night's sleep, eat a healthy breakfast, and of course, always maintain a positive mindset. As with any task, students should always try their best. More specifically, students can read the question carefully, making sure to highlight keywords, make sure that they answer the question being asked, reading the questions ahead of time so that the students then know what they're looking for, being an active reader, highlighting the important parts, using their time wisely, not leaving any questions blank. If they're unsure of any question, skipping it and then go back to it, and using the text tools provided to help them, like the highlight tool, split screen, etc. Students should always pre-write and revise their essays if they have time. They need to go back to the text and not just rely on their memory to cite the text evidence. Put answers in their own words and try to match it with the correct response, and eliminate the answers they know that it can't be and pick the best possible choice. I hope that you found this overview informative, but of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at cbrosky@clarkschools.org. Thank you for joining me today.